With a lot of pelvic floor work, we often work to strengthen and to get the pelvic floor moving, but oftentimes we will have a tight pelvic floor. So for those of us that have a slightly tighter pelvic floor, and you might have constipation, you might have tight hips, you might have pain with intercourse, you might have very painful periods, your pelvic floor might be on the tighter side. So this little exercise program is going to work on relaxing your pelvic floor. And I call it bedtime because during the day, our pelvic floor is working all the time. So if you're doing a lot of activity, you're going to the gym, you're doing a bunch of core exercises, then your pelvic floor might be on the tighter side and it's fatiguing. So I like this exercise, these suite of exercises, because it's going to help you kind of relax out of that stress and out of that tone that you may have brought in over your day. So what you might need, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to use a ball. I've got 3 balls here, so kind of medium, small, and slightly larger. I'm going to use this one. They're all soft, so they're not going to pinch my skin or my body. And this one, some people find this one to be more comfortable. It is a softer myofascial release ball, but it's not quite the right size for me. So I'm going to use this one when we're ready. So the first exercise we're going to do is learning how to breathe and relax your pelvic floor. And I call this balloon breath. So you're going to keep your nice neutral spine. You're going to inhale through your nose and then exhale out of your mouth. Okay. Most importantly, you cannot have your tummy pulled in. Don't rock back onto your back. Don't pull your stomach in. Try to relax your glutes. Try to feel your sits bones onto the chair or onto even the ground, okay? So here we go. You want to breathe in through your nose and imagine the air going down your back of the spine and into your pelvic floor and then exhaling. So there's no Kegel on this. Breathing in. Now, can you let go of the tension that might be just above your pubic bone? See if you can really let that go. And when we do that, we actually feel heavier on the chair. Let's do that again, breathing in. So balloon breath is because you're breathing into that pelvic floor and expanding it and relaxing it. And then exhaling. I do find that if I breathe through the back of my, kind of like the back of my throat, inhaling, down my spine, down into the tailbone, and then make sure my belly is nice and relaxed. When I exhale, I don't collapse. I just take away all the tension through my neck and shoulders. Let's do 3 more, breathing in. Feel that breath as it goes into the pelvic floor. Really important. Then when you exhale, the tension comes out of your jaw and your neck and your shoulders. Let's do this a couple more times, breathing in. And as you exhale, a lot of us will use our tummies to exhale. Don't need to do that. Just breathe in. When you exhale, it's just passive. We're just letting that chest descend. Now, if you have a ball, okay, if you've paused the video and got yourself a ball, and again, it's kind of squishy, right? We're going to sit on it. Now, this is not for everyone. If you have vulvodynia, if you have vestibulodynia, and those of you know usually that you have that because it's a diagnosis, it means that you have a lot of pain with pressure on your perineum. So if that's the case, this part of the exercise is not for you, okay? So just do the balloon breath without a ball. But for some of us, we can use it to really allow the pelvic floor to relax around the ball. It kind of reminds me of a chicken laying on an egg and all the tissues kind of draping around the egg, okay? I'm gonna sit on the ball. Where do I put it? I put it in front of the tailbone and between the sits bones. If it's super painful, then don't do this, okay? If it's too sore, don't do it. This piece of exercise is not for you. Go back to your balloon breath. But for some of us, we're like, okay, all right, kind of feels weird. It feels a bit pinchy in there. It feels a bit uncomfortable. I am not on my urethra. I am not far enough on that ball to be on my urethra. I'm sitting from the tailbone into the sits bones. So now, balloon breath for 5. We're going to inhale through your nose. I exhale, and I imagine my tissue is just draping around that ball and relaxing. I'm keeping my spine nice and upright. So breathing in. Remember your lower belly, so allow it to relax. We're not pressing the air into it, we're just allowing it to relax. So breathe in. Allow your belly to relax. And exhaling. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Make sure you're still comfortable on the ball. Breathing in. And sigh the breath out. Good. When we come off the ball, place your hands on your chair and lift up rather than trying to do it with your strength through your legs. So I'm pushing up and then I can grab my ball and take it out. Okay? So from there, we're going to work on your tight inner thigh muscles. Oftentimes, if we have a tight pelvic floor, our inner thighs are also tight. So you can go down onto the ground, or you can do it in a chair where you take one leg out to the side and the other one to the side, and you're doing some gentle lean forwards. So we're going to go down onto the ground. So on the ground, you can take one leg out to the side and one leg in front of you. For some people, this is really, really tight and very uncomfortable. So see how we go. We're not trying to rip anything apart or do it too strongly. Now you can inhale and gently rock forward and then exhale back. Okay, here we go. So be gentle with yourselves. We don't need to, force anything. And then exhale back. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale forward. If you find it's more comfortable in the chair, then do it on the chair. You don't have to just get down to the ground. And exhale back. Good. Inhaling forward. So I can feel the stretch here. And then exhale back. Last one. Inhaling forward. And exhale back. So then we're going to change sides. And inhale forward. And exhaling back. Good. Check in with yourself. What's your pelvic floor doing right now? So inhale. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can relax a little bit more. And then exhale back. Okay, check in. What's it doing? Okay, we're still doing that nice balloon breath, that relaxing breath. And then back. Let's do 1 more. So you can do it about 4 or 5 times each side, right? We're trying to open up those adductors, which are really, they kind of help the pelvic floor work. So they're kind of synergists and they often do get tight. Okay, from there, the other area that gets very tight is the glutes. So I'm going to use the same ball, but you can use a harder ball. Again, this one kind of has a spongy-like compression, where this one's really quite soft. But I'm going to be soft on myself, and I'm going to do the ball release to my glutes. Where do you want it? People sometimes do it a little too low. So I want you actually to release more up here, not on your back. So across from your sacrum, from the hip bone to the sacrum. So the top of your pelvis, just here. We're going to put the ball down. And how long are we going to roll for? About a minute. Okay. If this is too painful, again, skip this bit. You don't have to do it. But the glutes do tend to get quite tight when you have a tight pelvic floor. Okay. And it doesn't mean that every single person that has tight glutes has a tight pelvic floor, but it just tends to often go together. Okay. Because we get kind of tight in our hips, we get tight in our low back, we get tight in our adductors, we can get tight in our jaw and our neck, right? So not everyone has a really tight pelvic floor, but quite a few of us do. So I'm just rolling back and forth gently on my glutes. Feels a little bit bruisey, right? So it kind of feels like, oh, a little bit bruisey there. I guess some people don't really have any tension in their glutes, so they might not feel any type of discomfort, but it's not uncommon to feel a little bit of a bruise sensation. So let's go do the other side. So I'll try the harder one on my left side, maybe so you can see it a little bit easier. So from here, we're rolling up and down. Yowza! So, you know, it's not the most comfortable thing to do. But again, doing this sort of gently for about a minute. You don't want to roll a whole bunch that you're bruising the tissue. Just do, again, we're trying to relax the pelvic here. We're not trying to fire everything up because you're in pain. Okay. So again, just going gentle. We'll do about another 20 seconds. So again, the glutes, to release the glutes and release the adductors. Right now my belly's nice and relaxed. Like I'm not holding my stomach in. I'm just kind of hanging out here and thinking about my pelvic floor being relaxed. This can be kind of hard on your arms. Another way you can do this is put the ball onto a wall and then lean against it and then roll back and forth on your glutes as well. Now, the last one we're going to do a deep squat. So coming up, again, this could be super duper uncomfortable for some people. They're like, I do not have that range. They worry because they can't get down on their heels. It doesn't really matter to be on your heels. We just want to kind of get into a squatting position if you're able to. You can also hold on to something if you find it too challenging. So we're going to now do again the balloon breath and think about all that lovely expansion happening in your pelvic floor. And I'm going to rotate side to side because I like the feeling, and so do my clients, the majority of them. So we're going to inhale, and I'm thinking about really breathing into my pelvic floor, and I exhale. And you know, I'm really also thinking about keeping my neck relaxed and keeping my back relaxed and really keeping my belly relaxed, right? Inhaling and exhaling back to center. And inhaling over and exhaling back to center. Good. Breathing in and exhaling. I'm allowing, some people really don't like this position also because they feel like they're going to pee themselves or they feel like they're going to lose their continence. But it's pretty rare. It's just a sensation because you are not used to completely letting go of the pelvic floor. You're not used to like completely dropping out of it unless you're going pee, right? So when we have that sensation where, oh, I'm totally relaxing my pelvic floor, I feel like I could almost pee myself. I hear this a lot. But so far, it hasn't happened in the studio or in the clinic. If it happens when you're at home, well, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's an easy cleanup. But the majority is just a sensation. If you have a tight pelvic floor, it's just that sensation of like, oh my gosh, I have no control. And I feel like I'm going to pee myself. So try to allow yourself to really relax into that pelvic floor. And that is it. So there you go. A nice little routine. You can do it before bed. You can do it during the day. You can do it on a Saturday, Sunday, whatever you like to do. But give it a go because we hold so much tension in our pelvic floors. We really do. Okay. All the best.